Me and My Business on Vishvavahini TV. In this episode, we will be focusing on training, education and reskilling. And to elaborate on those services and how they provide those services, we have Corina Foenander in our studio. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Bandhu. Thank you for inviting me.
Right. I said education, training and reskilling.
That's correct.
But this is done through a company, is that right?
That's correct. Abizz Group.
Abizz Group.
Yes.
Abizz Group is run by you.
That's correct.
And the training and all these other courses are government funded courses?
That's correct. It's government, it's state and Commonwealth government funded.
Right.
There's a criteria that applies and you have to meet that criteria with the government, yeah. So the compliancing, yeah, with
Actually,
government.
mainly you're focusing on people who wants to get a new skill or reskill, and is that right?
Yes, it's both. It's reskilling. You might not be happy in the job that you're in, the occupation that you're in. So it gives you an opportunity to go and study on the weekends or weeknights to reskill. And then if you're looking for something like, for instance, you're in that job at the moment and you want to sort of upskill as well. So that's another opportunity that the government is funding for people to upskill as well. So it's reskilling, upskilling and getting a new skill.
Right. So can you elaborate on this Abizz Group? Abizz Group is a private company?
Yes, Abizz Group Proprietary Limited is a private company. I'm the director of the company, me, myself and I. And we've got different other things that we do. We do property as well, land acquisition, that's with developers, so it's more on a commercial level. But this is more for the community. And so it's what I've got into is I'm a marketing broker, put it that way, marketing broker, marketing agent. So I work with the colleges and universities. The colleges, which is registered training organizations, the RTOs.
Yes.
Yeah, I work with them, yeah.
RTO means registered
training organization, yes.
Corina, to digress a little bit, I know I've seen you on a couple of commercials. So you're not only doing this sort of thing, in your career you have been doing a bit of acting and appearing on advertisements and so on, isn't that right?
That's correct, yeah. I've been doing a few things through casting agents, and I did quite a big one the last couple of years. It's been on TV, maybe some of you have seen me. They call me the flu girl. It's the Department of Health flu injection.
Right.
Yeah.
So through all those things, now you have embarked on this thing, which is a good service that you provide to our community. Because I know there are a lot of people, because of their age or various other reasons, they want to acquire a new skill.
That's correct.
That's where you can help.
That's correct, yeah. So we've got quite a few different courses. And what we do is we have a general information session. You can ring me on the number that's going to be on the screen.
That's the first step.
That's correct,
and then you have an initial session. And of course, there may be eligibility criteria.
There is definitely. It's very strict with the government, of course, because it's state government and Commonwealth funded, and there's a lot of money that they have, put into this into these free courses. So you have to hold a green Medicare card. So you've got to be a resident or a citizen of Australia. You can be on a humanitarian or asylum visa. That's not an issue as long as you get a letter from the Red Cross, and we check with immigration, of course. So they're eligible to do this course. And another eligibility criteria with the government is that you haven't done a degree or a diploma in Australia. Yeah, so that's another, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to make people skill, have a skill,
Oh, that's good. That's a very good thing that you're doing. So if you pass the eligibility criteria, then where do they get the training? Which institutions?
There are different institutions. For instance, we have so many different, like health and community services. We have some of the RTOs we'll be running in Dandenong, in the city, in the west, in the east. So it depends on where you're situated, right? We can work with you. So that's why we have a general information session. We have it once a month. I'll organize it once a month. You come down, you fill out an expression of interest form. And on that form, it has all your details, and you put down what your passion is, what your goal is, what you're currently doing at the moment, what you want to do in the future. Can you give us 15 hours, minimum 15 hours of studies? So we have all that. So then we filter you. So we want to help you.
Sorry to interrupt you. 15 hours means 15 hours per week?
Per week, yes.
Right.
Minimum 15 hours per week, because you have to do assignments and stuff like that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So who does the assessment? The training institution?
The training institution, yes. I'm not the education provider.
Right.
I'm the
You're
marketing
only the
agent.
Facilitator.
Yes. That's correct, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So at the end of the course or
Yes.
at the end of this thing, do they get a certificate? Or?
Yes, definitely. So we start from certificate 2 to diploma. So we have certificate set 2, 3, 4 and a diploma.
So initially you said those who have already got a diploma, they are not eligible.
They're not eligible, no.
Right.
No,
So
because they're already skilled. They've got a
Yeah,
certificate there,
that's
yeah.
right. So that will facilitate them to apply for new jobs? And
That's correct, yeah.
I mean, that's not probably out of the scope of your area,
No.
like finding jobs and so on.
No, it does. But we usually, because you're doing this course, you meet a lot of people,
Yeah.
and it's through your network, and also you have to do placement as well, work experience.
Right.
So while if you're in the industry, for instance, you're doing health and community services, so you do an aged care, like you've got a certificate 2, but you're upskilling to certificate 4. So you're already working in that industry.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is not only the study part, but
Yeah.
also the training as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, yes. Some only
Practical.
certain courses. Some are just theory only. Some are theory and practicals. Yeah.
So can you list out few courses like that?
Okay. The health and community services area, we have allied health, we have aged care, disability. Those are mainly you do the course, and while doing the course, you have 120 hours of placement.
Right.
So if you're working in the industry, that's counted as work experience.
Right.
But if you're not working in the industry, we get you the placement.
Right.
Yeah.
So you even go to that extent to
That's correct, yes, with health and community services. Then we've got another one that I want to elaborate is building and construction. There's a legislation passed by government now, state government. I think it's Commonwealth or state.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure, but they passed the legislation that from the 1st of September 2020, it'll come into effect 1st of September, but they give you another year, that you have to have a license. So like in building and construction, like plasterers, carpenters, they have to have a license. So they have to apply for a license. So what the government has come up with, they're funding a building and construction certificate 4 and diploma. With those courses, you can also do a sort of like a building license as well.
Right.
Yeah. But that's going to come here.
Usually, I mean, as normal people, if we engage a craftsman to do something,
Yeah.
we have to see that they are accredited, isn't it? Like
in the
an
past,
electrician.
Electrician and plumber, yes, they have to have a license,
Yeah.
right? Those two are a must. It's been like for years and years, right, from the year dot. But these other ones, like carpenters, plasterers, painters, anybody could have done it.
Right.
But now you have to have a license and registration. So when you go to apply for your license for your carpentry or whatever, you have to put down which courses you've done. Do you have a certificate? So this building and construction certificate 4 would
Right.
help you get that. Yeah.
I see. I mean, that means if I want to engage somebody to do a bit of painting or anything, can I ask whether you're accredited or not? Or
Yeah, but they can't get on site because, work cover, public liability,
Yeah.
all those comes into, yeah.
right. Okay. Thanks for elaborating on that.
Yes.
And then Abizz Group, it has been operating for some time, I hope.
It's been operating for about 4 years. I started doing, and I still do, house and land packages for investors. So that's been going on for a while. And then I was doing a little bit of networking, met developers, did a bit of land acquisition, and now I've got into this. And education and training is really good for the community.
That's
Yes.
right. Now, and
It's helping the community.
Other part is mainly to get some financial benefits to you.
Yes.
But this is purely a community service.
That's correct, yes, yeah.
See, because a lot of people don't know about these sort of facilities.
No.
Because, how do they find out? It's it's not so easy.
No, TAFE colleges do it, but it's during the day.
Right.
So, I mean, if you're working, you can't do a course during the day.
Right.
It's impossible. Whereas this, they give you the flexibility to do it either the weekend or
Right.
weeknights. Yeah. Like I went to the Corina Community Center today. They didn't know anything about these free funded courses.
So that's the other thing I was going to ask you. Now, we've got few community organizations.
Yeah.
Right. Few are called, various professional organizations
Yeah.
and so on. So you're happy to come to one of these places and conduct a little workshop or a seminar to divulge the information?
I can do that, yeah. So networking, so I can do a little bit of a presentation.
Yes.
Yeah, talk
So
about
if
it.
anybody is interested, they can call you?
Yes, anytime. You can call me, you can email me or call me anytime. Yeah, you can get on my website, www.abizzgroup.com.au. My phone number 0415 721 271.
Right, good. So, Corina, the other thing is now, doing these things, is age comes in as a factor for eligibility?
With building and construction, yes, because it's a physical job.
Physical.
So they wouldn't sort of up to about 49 years of age, so from 18 to 49. With health and community, commercial cookery, early childhood, business and management, not a problem. Age is not a factor. Yeah, up to 60, 65, that sort of thing. Telecommunications and security, yes, age does matter because telecommunication is all the digging and trenching and, wiring. So you need a bit of, younger person. So that's again up to 48, so 18 to 48. Yeah.
So it's security.
Yes. Security means not the security guard, but the security is all the CCTV cameras.
Ah, I see. That's
Yes. So you have to finish telecommunications 1 and 2 first, and then go into the security side of it. Yeah.
I see. I
Yeah.
see. That's what you mean.
Yes.
Okay, Corina, so this is an excellent service that you're providing, because I know there are lots of people in our community who are not they're not aware of these sort of facilities available
Yes.
to them. Now, this is a good opportunity for people, as you mentioned earlier, to acquire a new skill or reskill in another area and progress on their lives.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah. It's a good opportunity. Take this opportunity. The government is, paying for it. So why not?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like mums who are at home, like they can do, when their spouses come home in the evenings, they can go and do a couple of hours studying, weekends, and then you can work part-time. A lot of these jobs like health and community, early childhood, you can do part-time work.
Right.
Yeah. So it fits in with your, your timetable as well. Yeah. With family life.
It's a good thing that you do all these things among all your other activities like acting and doing all that.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming and elaborating on those services.
Yeah.
I think that's a very, very useful session that we had today, because this is I know, not including me, we didn't know that this is available in a government-funded courses.
Yes. A lot of people are unaware of this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. and
Thank you for your
elaborating.
time, Bandhu.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll meet again.
Yes, we will. Definitely.
Thank
Okay.
Vishvavahini.